Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the life and suffering of Prince Jerian. I forgot how much joy this series brings me. All right, so last we left off, our beloved little prince. My coffee. Oh, no. My brain juice. Oh, my brain juice. Where's my brain juice? Okay. You know, I have such a bad caffeine problem. Like during the beginning part of the day when I'm all hopped up on the caffeine and whatnot, I'm chugging along, I'm doing great, and then the end of the day starts to roll around. About 1:30 rolls around, and the caffeine headache set in. I'm like, oh no. Oh, but I don't want to drink anymore because that will. Oh, here, let me swap over to this. I don't need that. There we go. There's the music. I don't want the caffeine to keep me up at night time, so no more caffeine. Anyways, hi. Let's get back into it. So, Prince Jerian, last we left off, Atomic, you little derp. My greyhound is just laying right at my feet. He likes to put his feet like right where the wheels of the chair are. You live on the edge, my guy. All right, so we left off. Jerian had been in solitude for all of his early childhood. He was suddenly brought out by Cornelius Tempest. And if you know anything about the life and sufferings of Sir Brante, you know that guy is a sack of sticks dipped in poop water. Man, I gotta get my insult game back up. Oh boy. Oh, I've been professional for too long. My insult game is garbage. Alright, so last decision that we made. My teacher dude, whose name I've totally forgotten. I can find that out, actually. Here we go. Ferdinand. Yes, good old Ferdinand. Here we go. Good old Ferdinand. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. So, Ferdinand wanted to go listen in on Cornelius Tempest, who was having a very important conversation. And I was like, yo, bro, let's not do that, because that would be dumb. And he was like, oh, shucks. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, that wasn't his voice. He was like, oh, shucks. I'm sorry. I guess it's okay. All right. I hope he's not too close to Tomas's voice. I don't remember what voice I did for Tomas. But anyways, he wanted to go listen in, and I was like, no, I want to read. I had the choice between that and math, and I decided, for obvious reasons, return to scene. There we go. I chose for obvious reasons to read rather than do numbers. So, here we go. Daggum, time is flying. 8 years old. By the way, developers, the playtesting is going spectacular. I just had that one little hiccup where my computer randomly crashed, and that may not have been the fault of the game. That may have just been a computer problem on my end, but it's been great so far. Ooh. Okay, so they changed the they changed the system a little bit. There's I call it kind of an energy bar, but like they call it sanity. It's a sanity bar now, so actions that require a certain amount of effort or a certain amount of sacrifice will use up some of my sanity. So interesting. So right now I'm whole, good. All right. Your days feel like marbles rolling faster and faster across a wooden floor. It seems like just yesterday you were struggling to teach a book, struggling to reach a book. That was my fault. I can't read. To reach a book on a high shelf, or give your toy soldiers a boat ride in one of your slippers. And now you're sitting on a hard bench behind your desk, gripping a thin, unwieldy quill pen with your ink-stained fingers. A lot has changed since you first met Ferdinand. You're almost never alone now, since Ferdinand is your only teacher. All of them are strict and demanding, but you always feel excited about your lessons. You finally have someone to talk to, someone to ask all the questions that are buzzing inside your head. Some tutors tell you all about stars and the laws of nature. Others read your legends of old. Ferdinand brings you picture books and big old maps that smell faintly of something sour. You're eager to learn as much as you can about this world, even though your teachers never stray beyond the topic of the lesson, although all other subjects have been cordoned off by some kind of invisible line. You study diligently without knowing why. Whenever you ask your teacher, whenever you ask, your teachers avert their gaze. You've tried asking Cornelius, but even your mentor has no clear answer for you. He says the purpose of your efforts will be revealed to you later. Fascinating. I wonder what's going on. You grip the pen too hard in frustration and it snaps in your hand. How heckin' strong is this 8-year-old? Where the heck you making your pens? Like, holy crap. Well, I guess if it's a quill, that makes sense. Okay, that does actually make sense. Okay, I can break a quill. I'm an 8-year-old, I can break a quill. It's like, you know, like those cheesy times where it's like someone's trying to show how tough they are, so they crush an empty soda can. Break a quill pen. Oh no, I broke a quill pen. Alright, still, you can't stay mad at Cornelius for long. His soft, slight, melancholy smile makes you feel warm and happy inside, which is so weird for Cornelius Tempest. Cornelius is the only Archnean you've ever met. You're always eager to see him and to listen with bated breath to everything he has to say. I do have audio going out, right? Okay, cool, I do. Alright, you're always eager to see him with bated breath to hear what he has to say. Each day, a new door seems to open before you. The world expands, becoming progressively more complex and nuanced. Little by little, you explore the halls and galleries of the palace. You have no idea how truly vast it is. It's astonishing how much mere ability... Oh, thank God, the birds are not screaming at me this time. The first game, the birds were like screaming loud every time, so it is nice that got fixed. The palace park, its pond, round as a button. Rustling wind and the clouds, you cup little spots of sunlight in your palms. You sense that the world is kind and will always keep you safe. Okay, dude, okay. The warmth makes you feel lazy and content. You squint up at the sun and pause to think about your future. What will it be like? The future. The phrase seems solid and scratchy as you roll it around in your mouth. You can't wait for it to come. The world around you is enormous. You have to pry its secrets out one at a time, but there's no doubt in your mind that one day it will all belong to you. Okay. I got free stuff. Cool. The last day of the week is for resting, so you set out to explore the palace grounds. There's nondescript servants' quarters hidden in the shadows of the far wall. You decide to take a closer look at them today. As you get closer, you notice a boy and a girl, your age, playing with a puppy. The furry creature is darting between the children, panting and trying to yank a stick out of their hands. The two keep tossing it to each other and laughing, but then they spot you. Ooh, interesting. Okay. All right, so we get to actually build some relationships now. Oh, I gotta come up with voices that I'm gonna be happy with. Emil.
Oi, would you join us, your lordship? Come on, we don't bite.
Okay, all right, that'll be fun enough without being too obnoxious. You can see genuine curiosity in the children's eyes. Their simple, patched clothing is very different from your fashionable jacket, but nothing in their smiles indicates jealousy or resentment. You approach them, suddenly shy, but trying not to show it. Puppy runs to you, sniffing your leg.
Oi there, my name is Emil, and he's my friend Martha. Oi, looks like Buster here likes you too. Do you want to play with us?
Oh, okay. You join them, your heart flooding joyously. Buster struggles in vain to catch the stick as all three of you pass it to each other. park fills with peals of laughter and the dog's loud barking. Let me guess, good old Cornelius is going to come around the corner in a minute, isn't he? Martha fumbles her throw and drops the stick to the ground between you. Seizing his chance, the puppy rushes to claim his prize. Not so fast. You manage to grab his brown tail just in the nick of time. Oh, yep. Sharp pain suddenly pierces your hand. As you snatch it back, you realize your sleeve is torn and your fingers are covered in blood. Buster gives you the guiltiest look his puppy eyes are able to convey. You feel his wet muzzle poking you as the puppy tries to lick your bite better. You don't hold this against him in the slightest. You scratch his ear, telling him it's okay, it's not a big deal at all. Crap. No. A shadow falls upon you, a lanky man with a bushy mustache. Okay, thank God it's not Cornelius, but it's probably just as bad. With a bushy mustache towers over you and the other children. His sharp eyes zero in on your bleeding hand. The unsuspecting puppy is wagging his tail, excited to keep playing. Still silent, the stranger unsheathes his sword and runs Buster through in a single, indifferent motion. The dog yips and starts wheezing, his paws scratching against the ground. Puppy's big, wet eyes come to rest on you as the fear and pain in them fade to nothingness. The terrifying man stands there, watching you dispassionately. He calmly asks Emil and Martha not to hurt you, then flicks the blood from his sword and walks away. You hear him order a servant to have your wound treated. A lump rises in your throat. You clutch the puppy's limp little body close to your chest. Tears roll down your face as Martha's cries ring. Emil is frozen in impotent grief. Martha presses up against him, crying on his shoulders. How can you fix this? How can you take it all back?
How'd this happen? Buster never bit anyone.
Feels as though you've forgotten how to breathe. How could this even happen? If you never come here, the dog would still be alive. The thought burns like fire and you can't seem to stop your tears. The boy and the girl kneel down next to you, petting their dead friend. For a while, the only sound that breaks the silence is your quiet sobbing. You force out a shaky sorry. It feels like it's all your fault. Eventually, Martha stands up, wiping her face on her dirty sleeve.
Let's go to the temple. The twins will help us.
You ask if they are really going to give the puppy a new life.
No, the gods didn't grant rebirth to animals, but they will help us cope with their pain and set us on the right path. Haven't you ever been to the temple?
You shake your head and ask them to tell you about the twins.
The elder gives us love, but the younger makes sure everyone follows the rules. Come see for yourself, the temple isn't that far.
Emil and Martha grab your hands and start dragging you somewhere. Before long, you see a big, beautiful building decorated with carved stone pillars. This must be the temple of the twins. Maybe if you tell the gods about what just happened, you'll feel better.
There are two big statues right after you walk in. You can't miss them. They're the twins. The elder has a lash and the younger a sword. I always tell the elder about all my troubles and mistakes so he'll wrap me up in his love. I think you should talk to the younger. He's fair. He'll tell you if it's really your fault or not. If you're guilty, just accept his punishment and you'll feel better.
Ooh, this is an interesting next decision to make.
Pick one of them, go ahead. We'll wait here for a bit.
Your mouth goes dry from the trepidation as you walk up to the staircase. All you can see is the wheezing dog dying beside you, because of you. Which of the gods will you approach? The ones who will console you, or the one who will assess your guilt? Ooh. My logic. I can choose to come to know both because I have logic brain. I have big brain power. Nice. Okay. That's probably going to cost a little bit, but I think I'm going to come to know both of them. Cool. I did good thing. The temple is mesmerizing in its vastness. Curiosity dulls your pain for a moment. You want to learn a bit more about the mystery in which the statues of the gods are shrouded. You decide to approach each of them in turn. You take several steps towards the figure of the elder who is gripping a lash. An unfamiliar feeling washes over you like a wave. You realize you are not alone anymore. And that's not all. You've never been, and you never will be. Divine grace fills your heart and you begin to breathe easy. It's as though you're one with the entire world. The elder's eyes bathe you in care, tenderness, and compassion. You are part of a great plan and unified family living in this eternal bliss. Your mind grows clear, filling with joy. The sorrow you felt dissolves in a love that knows neither blame nor judgment. You want to stay there, floating on this cloud of love, but your curiosity urges you to move on. What is the other god like? The one that holds a sword. You tear yourself away from the statue of the elder and approach the younger. The figure holding a sword gives you a stern look. Cold, merciless, bright light fills the temple, exposing things and actions for what they truly are. No secret can hide from the younger's gaze. Mortal trappings blown away, your bare soul faces divine judgment. The younger looks at you and finds you blameless. Dog is nothing before the law of the twins. The true shape of the thing becomes clear to you. It now seems obvious. You have committed no crime. Your soul seems to unfurl, freed of its heavy burden. See, I would argue it was unwise. But also, if this is his first encounter with a dog, I blame that stupid freaking adult. You know what? I blame you were there, quick enough to be able to kill the dog instantly, and you had no sense to try to teach this kid, hey, you shouldn't be grabbing a dog's tail. Alright, your mind grows clear, your limbs feel nimble. Ever curious, you look up at the high arching ceiling of the temple. Is there anything above the two gods? Ooh, that would be an interesting development. Is there something besides them? You think you see some kind of shadow lurking up there, but then you feel dizzy and have to lower your gaze. The world is so full of wonders. You've looked into the faces of the gods and come to know them. This thought fills you with power and joy. You expect to see Emil and Martha as you exit the temple, but they've already left to bury the puppy. You make a promise to look for them and tell them what happened in the temple. You feel a sort of kinship with your new friends, something that's hard to put into words. You'll be sure to find them. You'll meet them again. All right, scholarship is popping up. Good. All right. Just skipping a year ahead now to 9 years old. All right, and after the next decision, I'll probably need to start getting ready. Emil! You've come to the park after your lessons for the last couple of days, but Emil and Martha haven't been there. You wonder where they might be as you drag a stick through the mud, drawing shapes. Suddenly, you hear Emil's clear voice call out to you. Finally, you rush to your friend's side to ask him where he's been all this time. Oi, Shmuel! I forgot that my name was Shmuel.
Martha and I just went through the rite of sacrament. We got our lots in the temple of the twins, and we had to stay home for a couple of days.
Yeah. The sacrament lots? You've never heard of these things before. You ask your friends to tell you more.
What, you don't know? Didn't your parents tell you? The twins gave people 3 lots in life. Anyone who defies their lot doomed to eternal suffering at the foot of the shining pillar when they die.
Martha suddenly starts to sing, tapping her foot in time with the beat, a carefree smile on her face.
When the twins came down to earth, they brought a lot for every birth.
I don't remember how I sang the song before.
Let us count them 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me.
Nobles rule I don't want to sing anymore. Bravely fight, they protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Oh no.
Live your lot where you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know the Lord and know the prayer, for the twins are everywhere.
Sounds like your friends have been told how they should live their lives from this point on. They've been shown a path and they can follow without having to think. You ask them what happens when someone receives this lot during the sacrament. Emil pauses to think, looking away. Then he turns around and hikes up his shirt in the back. A wide, angry red scar runs across Emil's scrawny back.
It's just a lashing. Ooh, she's got a feather in her hair.
I am so stupid. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh my goodness. What does that mean? Does that mean that she's something that I don't know about yet?
Maybe she's special. Maybe she's the chosen one and I'm just along for the ride. No, I'm just a stupid dum-dum. Oh, look, Emil's got one in his head. Oh my goodness, he's got one on his back. Oh. It's just a lashing for lowborn because our lot in life is to work, endure and suffer. It hurts to move at first, so Emil and I stayed home. This scar will serve as a reminder to us. Don't look like that. Having a lot is really important. Everybody suffers, but at least now our pain will have a purpose. It brings us closer to the twins. I like that it's my lot to work. The gods really smart when they gave us the lots. Working can be nice, especially when you're good at something. And all our work shall be rewarded by the bliss at the peak of the shining pillar. Okay, you know what? Some people like the caste system exists for a reason. It's probably not the lowborn people that don't judge anyways.
Your friend's humble glee makes jealousy claw at your insides. You ask if everyone has a lot. Hey, there we go.
Of course, the twins assign a lot to every single person. How can somebody live without knowing who they are and what they were born for?
Aha! Now that's interesting because, like, the first game's theme was it gives you like the option of defiance against the lots. What if this game does something different? What if this game were to do something completely separate from previous ones? What if this game focused on, and I don't know how this, but what if this game were to focus on potentially, if there's a possibility to go without a lot and to not like the lotless of the first game, but like where they like abandon their lots. But like if the intention is, okay, we don't actually need the lots at all. It's all going to be merit based, and that's like the focal point of the game, because I think that would be a very interesting theme.
It's why you had the sacrament when you're a kid, so you can know your fate and your place in the world as soon as possible. So when are you going to have yours?
You shuffle your feet, feeling self-conscious. There's nothing for you to say. Emil and Martha's parents told them about the lots. The only people you could ask about yours are Cornelius and Ferdinand. Will they answer? Why are you so different? Why is your destiny still so vague? Emil and Martha notice your confusion, but can only shrug. A discomforting weight presses down on you, and you decide to leave. You say goodbye, then trudge back to your room to spend some time alone. You feel lost. You wonder which world you really belong to. The cold artistry of the palace, the lessons with Ferdinand and Cornelius, it's all preparing you for something important, something much bigger than yourself. Your mentor said that you had to study so that you could be ready when he needed you, but when will that time come? What do you need to get ready for? Questions just keep piling up. Emil and Martha are so genuine and open-hearted, it seems like they're willing to accept you as one of their own. They make you feel warm and happy inside without asking for anything in return. But you're not like them. where exactly do you belong? No one has to wonder about their fate or their purpose in life. Everyone has all the answers ready for them the moment they're born, but not you. It seems you'll have to choose your own path and face the consequences. You toss and turn, a little song about the lot stuck in your head. Sleep eludes you just like the answers to your questions. A single word keeps echoing in your mind, lotless. Okay. I thought there was going to be another choice there. The whole family... Okay, there we go. The whole family is gathered around the table. It's Martha's family, but they don't make you feel like an outsider. This isn't your first dinner with them. At first, they welcomed you in their home with caution, even trepidation. They opened up eventually, offering genuinely happy smiles, asking involved questions and showing you what hearth and home really felt like. They've gotten used to you, and you like coming here. It's nice, it's cozy. You enjoyed the quiet affection Martha's parents share, their warmth and acceptance, and the feeling of kinship. They inspire you. This place makes you forget that you're different, without parents or a lot. The juicy slab of meat on your plate smells like cloves and cilantro. I could use a steak. I want a burger. But a steak. I want a steak as a burger right now. A slow-cooked steak as a burger. Martha's mom says it's family recipe passed down to her from her grandmother. All Mortis women know this. Martha Mortis. Please tell me you have a brother, Rigor Mortis. Please. Martha's mother goes on to say that, dadgummit, Rigor would be the dead brother in the story, wouldn't it? Rigor Mortis would be the dead brother. Gosh. Martha's mother goes on to say that even when a woman marries into another family and takes her husband's name, a little something from her birth family stays with her. She goes by Peters now, but Martha's mother still keeps her special Morty's recipe alive to pass it down to her daughter one day. There will come a time when Martha will change her last name too, but she'll still make the recipe for her husband and remember her mother. You thank the women for the food, telling her how delicious it is. But your mind is elsewhere. Why does everyone have a last name but you? Why don't you have anyone to teach your family traditions or pass your ancestors' wisdom down onto you? Martha's father, a short, balding man, asks you and Martha about your day. He is soft-spoken, and his eyes look a bit sad and tired. You tell him you've been teaching Martha to read. Pleasantly surprised, he offers to lend you one of his books. As a scribe, he has a modest library at home. Martha's mother's trying to talk you into having seconds when you hear heavy footsteps outside the door. Martha's father suddenly looks worried. Ducking under a doorway, a stranger enters the room without much of a knock. He's elegant and finely dressed with a pale blue skin and smoldering eyes. Everyone gets up from their chairs, the conversation abandoned. You're so startled you almost drop your napkin. You notice the tense line of Martha's father's shoulders. Her mother's knuckles turn white as she clutches the hem of her dress. Martha casts you a frightened glance, but looks down a moment later when the Archnean comes closer. The newcomer takes a seat at the table, a sinister smile slithering across his face. Okay, I remember your name, but I don't remember where you played a part in the story. Please, pardon the intrusion. I couldn't help but notice the enticing smell of your feast from outside. I suppose we have the lady of the house to thank for this sumptuous repast. Alright, Tarquinius Melandius. That's right. It was a dynasty, I think. I feel, if I'm remembering correctly, the Melandius was like a dynasty or a very important family. Martha's mother nods and murmurs her thanks, her eyes trained on the floor. The entire family stands tense and silent, darting mere looks at their late-night visitor. You've done quite well. Diligence and hard work pave the path to bliss for people like you. Yet those who grow lazy or simply lack the skill are doomed to a very different fate. But where are my manners? There's no need to stand, my gracious host. Please, sit with me. Ugh, you creepy. The stranger's words are sickeningly polite, but his voice has a steely ring to it. Martha's father sits down cautiously, thanking the visitor for the honor. His wife heads to the kitchen, still glaring at the nobleman as though he were a savage beast. The lady of the house comes back and puts a plate of food in front of the Archnean, along with a knife and a two-pronged carving fork. She apologizes for receiving such a distinguished guest in such an unbecoming poverty, then gives him a low bow and asks him to deign to a simple, humble meal. The visitor cuts the meat unhurriedly. Pinkish juice pours on the platter. The Archnean turns to face the man of the house. "You are right-handed, aren't you?" And stabs a fork right through the low-born man's left hand. What in the frickin' heck? Blood splatters onto the tablecloth. The fork has gone clean through the man's hand, pinning it to the floor. Gosh. His face a pale white. Martha's father shakes like a leaf, but somehow keeps from crying out. His wife makes an abortive motion to come to his side, but then she looks away and stays put. Everyone bites their lips to keep silent. The only sounds in the room are the father's quiet whimper as he pleads forgiveness. The visitor continues in patronizing tone. "As you can see, a job poorly done brings suffering, both in life and in the hereafter. The Blue Book preserves the greatest legacy for Melanthius. You missed a word while transcribing it, a heinous offense. To labor is your lot, so you must do it well." Martha's father nods over and over, groveling and promising to correct his mistake. Martha's mother offers to serve the nobleman the good wine they keep for special occasions. This is the least she can do, given such an important guest has graced their home with his presence. "I wouldn't mind some wine, but bring us 2 glasses. With a quick curtsy, Martha hurries back, carrying a dusty old bottle and 2 wine glasses. With that done, she returns to her mother's side by the table and averts her gaze meekly. You wonder what's going to happen next. Suddenly, the visitor turns to you. "You don't belong here, boy. You should spend more time in the company of nobles. These humans are weak, subservient cattle. All they can teach you is obedience and servitude. Haven't you already forgotten your guests?" My gracious host. Martha's father serves the wine, his right hand trembling. His left is still pinned to the table, and his lips have not lost their pallor. He spills several large drops on the tablecloth. Forcing out a smile through the pain, he murmurs obsequious words of gratitude to his guests. He has learned a valuable lesson and feels greatly honored by the visit. The sight is so humiliating you can't help but cringe. What do these people possibly have to teach you? Serve others and apologize. Since Cornelius let you out of your shell so soon, you ought to stay with your equals and not lower yourself to the level of this common riffraff. The strong will elevate you, while the weak will render you as insignificant as themselves. You should study and listen to Ferdinand. He is a noble and a companion much more appropriate to your stature. The man never takes his eyes off of you, as if the others don't even exist. He offers you one of the ruby-red glasses. To the power of the Archnean houses, and to your grand future. Drink with me, and never set foot in this hovel again.
Great! First big decision is gonna be whether or not to shove it in this dude's face.
The Archnean watches you expectantly. Toasting with him would be your first step to the great world of the Archneans. But is that a future worth betraying your friends for? Or maybe you're reckless enough to argue with the powerful visitor on behalf of the poor owners of this house. Ah. Dadgummit, what was I missing? I don't have enough passion. Dadgummit.
I could use like 3 of these, right?
Fine. Okay. Gosh. So I'm thinking that my options are either I apologize later or I suffer some pretty intense consequences. Well, you will join the toast and return to the palace. All right, if I'm thinking in Shmele's mind right now, this is the only non-noble family that he's around. He loves this family. But he's also seeking a purpose, and he doesn't have a purpose like anywhere. I don't know. I don't want to burn through my relationships. Gosh darn it! This is one of those decisions that's going to unlock something else in the future. I'm so indecisive with these big ones. Yeah, if I want to, I can replay it another time. My gut tells me I'm going to be able to do more things that I'm going to need to do if I join him in the toast. Oh, that hurts. But last time I sabotaged myself by loving Gloria too much. The Archnean said, "Your grand future." What did he mean by that? You meet the visitor's haughty gaze, but can't bring yourself to ask. You lift the glass to your lips and take a sip. The wine tastes sweet. It burns you from the inside and brings a flush to your cheeks. Your muscles fill with strength, your shoulders squaring on their own. Visitor nods in approval and smiles. You don't really want to look at Martha's family, who are standing there like statues, to avoid looking you in the eyes too, silent and subservient. Martha is the only one you nod to on your way out. Sure, you enjoy playing with her when you have the time, but you won't be mixing with her family anymore. After leaving Martha's house, you go find Ferdinand. I'm broken. That should take a bunch of those daggum sanities out. Gosh, that hurts. After leaving Martha's house, you go find Ferdinand. Locating him doesn't take long at all. He's in the library where you have countless lessons with him. Ferdinand is jumping up as soon as he sees you.
Shmele, good to see you. I was just thinking about you. I was thinking, my friend.
I'm mixing a meal in.
I was thinking about you. I was thinking about my friend Gunter L. Brine yesterday. We had a most fascinating discussion about the rise of the Empire. I'm looking forward to the history books to test my theory. Do you know what I've come to realize? Even though the Archnean Empire wouldn't be where it is today without the human nobility. According to the laws, only nobles have the right to rule. The Archneans are born and bred into their nobility, but there are too few of them to rule an entire empire. So when the empire expanded to include the entire known world, humans began to act as local authorities. The Archneans need us. Without us, there would be no empire.
Okay. I kind of like this idea where he's always just buzzing.
The Archneans are so conservative and tend to cling to the past. We humans have shorter lifespans, but we're more adaptable, which means that we advance more quickly. More recent breakthroughs were made by humans.
You spend the rest of the evening with Ferdinand as he talks and drones on and on and on, and you swear the dude cannot shut up for 2 seconds. And the funny thing is every time that somebody new comes into the room, he's got to tell the exact same information to that person as well. And you're just wondering, does the dude ever get tired of talking? And the answer is no, because he just keeps talking. And then you get to hear about this wart that he's got on the inside of his leg. You wonder what in the world does he think about anything other than talking? I think he even just reads books just so that he's got more to talk about. The dude cannot shut up. His comportment shows no sign of the bowing and scraping you saw at Martha's parents. Perhaps that strange nobleman was right after all. You belong with nobles. People should only mix with their equals. Yeah. All right, I'm going to call it quits there, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in on Rumble. Yeah, I'll come back here. Okay. Live chats are only on Rumble. Live streams are only on Rumble. YouTube, I want to thank you for tuning in anyways, but time for us to go. Peace out, homebrews.